Hi, welcome to another edition of Trading Truths. Today we are looking at EURJPY, and as is usual, we're going to mark up the chart. We're going to put the bar patterns and then come back a couple of hours later to see whether we did the correct analysis or not. Whether it's absolutely correct or not, we'll analyze the results and there'll always be some learning. So, full transparency, the chart is in front of you, the results will be in front of you, and sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong, but there's always going to be learning together. So let's start. I always like to start with the 4-hour chart, and here we are looking at the 4 hours, and one of the things I look at is RSI to see if there's any divergence. Not really, everything is reflecting as it should. There is a little bit of divergence here where this is lower than this high. This is a lower high than this, slightly, marginally, but here it is huge difference. This is much higher than this. So that might indicate a change in the direction. As you can see, the overall price went up and now it's on its way down, but it has reached this seems to be a level that the price doesn't want to break right now. This is a 4-hour level. As you can see here, it took it as a support over here, and here also it's tested it and used it as a support and gone back up. So if the price does come down, it'll come down maximum up till this level, and maybe that's where it'll go, but we'll have to analyze it further. Let's have a closer look at the candles. So there's been a pretty solid bearish candle, but a wick on top, a wick below. So it's a equal battle between buyers and sellers, though the buyers are of course stronger, but it's not like anyone is clearly winning or losing. But as you can see, the trend right now is downward. There's a higher high, this is a higher high, a higher low compared to the previous one. Then comes a lower high, a lower low, lower high, a lower low, a lower high but a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, and then again a higher high but a lower low. So right now the market is more or less going sideways between these two levels, which means that these are levels worth marking. One is already been marked before. I'll just extend it forward. This is the previous important 4-hour level, purple, and it's still holding true as an important level. And in fact, the second one has also been marked up before. It's still holding these levels. They're still working right now. So yeah, these are the two levels, 4-hour. Then I see another level over here. Just taking it as support over here, as a resistance here. Support, not a very clear level, but we can think about it maybe at a lower time frame. As far as the latest candle goes, it's absolutely between these two levels. It's tested this as a resistance, come here, tested this as a support, went back up. Maybe it'll come back down from this. It's a pretty large candle that is formed here. Okay, now let's look at 1 hour. Before that, let's see if there are any trend lines that are going to be relevant. Yes, I see one which is definitely relevant right here. Let's look at this trend line. Here we go, and we'll make it purple, which is the color for 4 hours. I see that it has tested it as resistance, then broken through, tested as support, broken through, now tested as resistance. So this is a retest of the 4-hour trend line, so there's a good chance that it will move down now. So that is something we need to keep in mind. Any other trend lines that are worthwhile? Yes, I think this one is definitely a trend line worth marking. 4-hour trend line. Yep. So I have these two trend lines sitting over here. Okay, so this is I think about it for the 4-hour. Let's look at 1 hour now. So 1 hour is showing some more levels very clearly. This is definitely a clear 1 hour level right over here. Just mark this out. This is about where this level is. 1 hour. 1 hour is blue. There we go. And any other levels that be relevant at 1 hour? I think this one is a relevant level. Let's put that too. This is a relevant level right now in 1 hour. So if the price does break through this 4-hour level, it will at max hit this 1-hour level and then come right back. Currently there was a huge wick with this candle showing a lot of pressure downward. Sellers pull the price down, but the next candle again was a bullish candle, but it's again found resistance with this 4-hour level. I think that it might, in the next two candles, will still stay over here and then it might move downwards. But yes, and as far as trend lines go, we have one forming over here that looks a little interesting. Yes, this is quite interesting. This is blue Now what is this trend line? That has been broken. It has been used as resistance a couple of times, then a support. Now it has broken through, but still it is being used as support, so it might mean a resistance over here. Okay, any other trend line that we can look at? There's one here which might or might not be relevant, but we can still just keep it with us. This one has been used as resistance here, and in fact here too it might be used as resistance, which clearly indicates movement downward. Now we go into closer to the action zone. Let's look at 30 minutes. 30 minutes is, as you can see, there's a downward trend here. It reached a low in the trend, and now it is clearly in an upward trend in 30 minutes. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, but right here is a low that is equivalent, almost at the same level as the previous low. So again, these are the two levels that it's moving between. This is a 1 hour level, this is a 4 hour level, so we have to keep that in mind. So which also means that this price could go right up till here. It could go right up till here, because it's holding this as a resistance, then it will hold this as a support. So we have to keep that in mind, that the price might move up over here and then go back down, or it might use this itself as a resistance and go back down. We'll figure it out. Right now it's not really showing any indication. There was a bearish candle, now there's a bullish candle, but it's definitely being stopped by this level as well as this trend line. So let's get down to where all the action happens. 15 minutes. 15 minutes is showing one candle forming over here, a bearish candle. This might just move up and break through to the next level. We'll have to just wait and see how this current 15 minutes candle is going to work, what is going to do. As far as levels go, there is a 15-minute level over here that is worth marking, certainly, and this is going to be green. There is another level here that I think I should mark. Okay, in terms of trend lines, they're almost the same as the 1 hour. There is one trend line that I would like to mark for sure, which is this one. 15 minutes is green. Resistance, 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 breakout, support. Let's look at the candle a little more closely. We've got a bearish candle forming now after it has just stopped at this resistance level here. In fact, this 1 hour trend line is also holding it. The overall 15-minute trend is upward, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Right now it is again going sideways between these two levels, as you've seen in all the other time frames. Let's get closer to the candles. Let's have a quick look at the news. 2 hours ago, FX options wrap, FX fears GBP predictions, Euro obstacle. Euro scales 17-month peak, which means the Euro is stronger, which means that the price should move up to reflect a stronger Euro, which is in alignment with going up to this level. Looking at the RSI, there's no divergence really. So I'm going to minimize the RSI to have a closer look at the chart. Let's look at the candles. So this last 15-minute candle is trying to break through this level. If it goes through, then it will reach at least up till here, which is a 4-hour trend line. It'll test it. It's tested it over here, gone down, tested this level, and then now it will test over here. So the best thing would be to wait for this to break through this trend line, break through this level, retest it, and then go on up, or to bounce back from this and move downward over here, retest this and move up. Ideally we need to wait for some time, but I'm going to make my assessment right now and put the bars pattern. Let's put a Fibonacci and see. Putting a fib right now is looking very difficult, because if we take this as point A and this is point B, I don't know whether it has gone, the retrace is enough, whether the pullback is enough to reach a Fibonacci level. Let's see, it's just about touched 38. It looks almost like a continuation of the trend upward, nothing spectacular. Let's have a look at the 5-minute. Let's go back to the 15. Okay, I have made my assessment, and I'm just looking for the bars pattern to place, and once I do that, we'll come back and see how it played out. Okay, this is how I see the chart moving. It's a little over ambitious because I've taken a pretty long bars pattern, but I see it moving sideways for a while between these levels, then retesting this once or twice and then hitting minus 27 and respecting this 4-hour trend line, as well as playing along this 1-hour trend line and these 15-minute levels, and of course the 1-hour and this 4-hour level. I don't see the price coming down all the way here, but let's see what actually transpires. We'll be back after a couple of hours. Hi, we are back, and after quite a few hours, maybe 8-10 hours, and well, the price moved almost exactly in the path that I had placed, the bars pattern that I had placed. It's moved almost exactly like that, which is great to see. So that means my analysis was correct. I first felt that one of the things I felt was that it would respect this 4-hour trend line, and it absolutely did. It went and it's touched it right now, and it's moving around it. This is where I felt it will touch the minus 27 at the 4-hour trend line over here, and exactly there is where it has touched it. Then I also felt that the price is going to move up and down and go sideways for a while, which it did. It went up, played along this 4-hour trend line, moved down to the 15-minute trend line, then again up and again. Then it bounced, retested this once. I felt it to retest twice, but it retested it once and then has moved on to over here. So I should say a very successful analysis where the price has gone exactly as we had thought it would. So this would be a very good trade. If we had taken it here, we would have made 85 pips. That's a really good trade. So doing the analysis of the levels, the trend lines, and seeing which ones are being respected really worked out. So that's something that going forward we should keep in mind much more, making sure we get most of the trend lines we feel are relevant in place, and then seeing where the price is moving along which trend line it is moving the most. So yes, that's it. So good prediction, almost 85 pips trade that we could have made, and it would have been a great trade. So that's it. Do like, share and subscribe to Trading Truths, where we do the live trading right in front of you, and then also bring you the results to show you live whether we were right or wrong, and then analyze it. So learning for all of us. See you in the next edition. Thanks for watching.